right. Good afternoon. Just doing some adjusting here. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marcella Wilson, and I'm on here normally every day talking about short-term rental properties. So I own several short-term rental properties, and what I do is I help other women set up short-term rental properties, whether they want to set up an Airbnb, if they want to set up a vacation rental, they want to, put a spare bedroom on Airbnb, a basement, a unit, a house, whatever. I help people do that. So I believe you can create the life of your dreams one Airbnb at a time. I plan on doing that with my life, and I help other people do that as well. So this is the last Sunday of the year, last Sunday of the decade. What are y'all doing? I'm going to be on here. I don't stay on here long, so I'm going to be on here for about 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm going to be off for the rest of the day, enjoying my Sunday, probably hanging out with my husband, watching football for the rest of the day. But I just thought I'd check in with you guys and just talk to you a little bit about your business as we close out the year. Now, hopefully you've got somebody booked because this is like one of the most lucrative times of the year, but we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about how to upsell your guests, right? Because a lot of people think that, the only money you can make is, the only money that you can make is when someone books your short-term rental, right? They don't think that they can make anything beyond that. Like it's just that set amount of money, the profit or whatever Airbnb takes out or VRBO takes out or booking.com takes out their cut, you have the rest. And that's true. But you can upsell your guests. There are ways to make additional money when it comes to your short-term rental property. So I already went over one. If you watch part one, the video before this, we talked about how you can upsell clients for early check-ins, right? And this is really easy to do because if you have a property or if you are thinking about getting one, one thing you'll experience is that lots of your guests who book will come to you and say, hey, can I check in early? They'll ask, what's the check-in? Check-in is usually late afternoon, just like a hotel, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of times people want to check in early. Well, that's an opportunity for you to make some extra income. So going on that line, if a person wants to check in early, they've got to pay an early check-in fee, right? And really easy to do. I do it all the time, and it's really organic. And people will come to you. Can I check in early? Yes, and it's an additional, X dollars. Okay, and they make the payment and keep it moving because people are willing to pay for that convenience, right? If you offer them a convenience, they're willing to pay for it, especially checking in early. I know I love checking in early, and I'm willing to pay for that, and so will other people. So along those same lines, the one that we're going to talk about today on how to upsell, not upset them. You don't want to upset them, your guests. Upsell your guests is to offer them a late checkout, right? Because look, you stay there, and then checkout is normally in the morning, right? Checkout is like 10 or 11. So checkout, people have to check out in the morning because if there's a back-to-back booking, meaning if someone is checking in that afternoon at 3 or 4 or 5, we need a space of time that day that the cleaning crew can come in and clean up your rental, or you can clean up your bedroom if you're doing the cleaning yourself, or cleaning up the basement. There has to be some time in between, right, to clean up the short-term rental, whatever you're renting out. So that's why the checkout is so early. But, you know, people don't like that. I don't like it. I hate checking out at like 10 or 11 or whatever. And a lot of people ask for late checkout. You know, they say, you know, can I have a late checkout? You know, our flight doesn't leave until the evening. How late can we check out? Now, so I only offer late checkouts or give late checkouts to my guests if I don't have a back-to-back booking. So if someone is not checking in that later that afternoon, later that day, then I give them a late checkout, but I charge them a fee, right? So if they say, can I have a late checkout? And I have someone checking in that afternoon, it's a no, I'm sorry, we've got to prep the rental for our guests that are coming in this afternoon, and they usually understand. If I don't have anyone else coming in that day, maybe they're coming in tomorrow. It doesn't matter. If I don't have anyone else coming in that day, I say I'd be happy to give you a late checkout. It is an additional fee of X dollars, and they're usually like, where do I send the payment? Okay, so a late checkout is also another way to upsell your guests, right? Because, you know, it's kind of hard to get out at 10 or 11, or, you know, a lot of times, you know, you're checking out the next day, you got to spend the evening before packing, and, you know, you may be out doing stuff. So a lot of people want that late checkout. And you can give them that late checkout if you don't have anyone else checking in, but you have got to you've got to charge them an additional fee. And I don't want you to feel weird or squeamish about this, because this is something hotels do. This is something that's organic, and this is something that people are willing to pay for. So you should offer it, let your guests know about it, and also they'll come to you and ask you for it. They'll ask you for a late checkout. So when they ask you for the late checkout, say yes, because I don't have anyone checking in later today, but it's X dollars. And they'll say, okay. And that's it. I see one of my good friends just logged on, Barbara. What's up, Barbara? Love you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Like, what is going on? I miss you, and happy early new year. I just love it when my friends come on. Don't you? But you guys are all my friends. I love talking to you guys when I log on. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. You know I'm not on here long. I'm just usually on here 10 or 15 minutes, just dropping knowledge, right? So just to recap in a nutshell, there are different ways you can upsell your guests once they book your property. It's not a one and done that the booking fee is all that, you know, you can get. You can upsell them on an early check-in, and you can upsell them on a late checkout. It's not something you have to be all salesy about, because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna ask you for it, right? You ask, they're gonna ask you, and you say yes, and it's X amount of dollars, and they're gonna do it because it's a convenience, and people pay for convenience. All right, so tomorrow, and I got tons of ways to upsell your guests. Tomorrow I'll be online talking about some more ways to upsell your guests. But I'm gonna get out of here because I think the football games are about to come on, and I'm gonna start cooking food and getting ready for that. But I want to let you know before I go that I do work with clients one-on-one, helping them set up their short-term rental business. So if that's something that you said you wanted to do this year and didn't get a chance to do it, or that's your goal for the new year, check out, I'm going to put the link in the comments. If you're on Instagram, it's the link in my bio. You can sign up for a 1-hour free strategy session with me. We can work it out. All right, guys. Great to talk to you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy last Saturday of the year and of the decade. Bye.